Welcome to my channel, this is your friend Gonza. I hope you are having a good day today. Hey, stop right there, let's duel! Hello everybody, I think it's time to speak about the meta game. It's something very serious, and to start with it, we're gonna remind ourselves where we come from, which was the meta in the past. And we come from Thimble and Liceros meta, in which Evos with very high damage, 3 speed boost and some throw were ruling. After that, we receive the Halloween event with Vampirism. That included Canny Storm and Dirtops in the meta. And then also, because of these two, we need more Evos that could debuff them. And then Cebus came into the meta as well. So these two Evos with Vampirins could recover life faster than the enemy Evo can take the life away. So that's why they were very good, and they could defeat few Evo before being defeated. So we have that, and then it came Christmas event, and Christmas event brought Frosteri. And then this Evo has a skill that when it receives a physical attack, it gives a frozen charge, frozen token to the enemy. So Evos that have no physical attacks can go up into the tires, but let's see what we have. Okay, here we are with the tire 5th. They are not very used in the duels. We can say we can play Sponchief in a higher tire because it's very good against Frosteries. And now because everybody is using Frosteries, every Evo that can deal better with Frosteries can go further up in the tires. But I don't like to use weak Evos against an Evo because maybe in the duel you cannot fight with your Evo to the Evo that you want to. So I don't like to use that strategy. So for me, Sponchief is here because every Evo that have very high damage with 3 speed boost is gonna destroy this Evo for sure. Let's go with the tire 4th. I don't recommend to use any of this in the meta. Obviously, Twin Floss is very good because the Twin Rai and can go farther in the meta because can deal better against Frosteries. And then we have Amphimar here, which can be placed higher on in the tire. But at the moment I place it here. I don't use it too much. Can deal with Frosteries. Yeah, he has no many physical attacks and can use the tactical withdrawal to get the 3rd frozen token and then go away. So the Frosters cannot attack with the last attack. So that's okay. It's still a good option. Okay, doesn't mean that these Evos are not so good that you cannot use them. It's just I don't recommend you to use them. But if you like them, let's go with them. Tire 3rd now. Boom! I think Liceros is still very good. If you need to kill an Evo very quick, you can use Liceros with hammering. Sun throw is not so good now, so try to avoid that. And also you have Crash, which is very helpful now because there are not many Evos that can use Crash. I mean, there are not many Evos that are on the top of the meta with Crash. So Liceros is a very good option. We have here Trisipas. Trisipa is not so bad. It still can deal a lot of damage, charging the enemy twice and then using the lightning strike. And also has 2 shields. If the enemy has not an Evo with Crash or with a Seal Breaker, this Evo could be a pain because of the shields. But it's not so good. There are other Evos that are more powerful. So Sarlix. I have Sarly here with physical attacks with the metal affinity. But I think once Frosteris has arrived, we should use the water affinity Sarlix with 2 water affinity to use the, I don't have it here, water jet to get more speed recovery energy, and then Maelstrom to catch an enemy Evo. Even we can use this against Frosteris to catch it, because it's important to catch Frosteris to defeat it, I think. So that could be a good option against it. As you see, because Frosteris is one of the best Evos in the meta right now, when you build your team, you need to think about how to defeat this Evo. That's why Dirtops is in this tier. Dirtop has bite mainly, and it doesn't deal very good against Frosteris. Otherwise, it will be higher on the meta, tier 2 probably. And then in tier 2, we have all of this. So I thought, because of the nerf that Speed Boost received, affinities were more relevant for the Evos, and attacks that have double hit were more important now. So this guy and this guy here went up into the tier, okay, because of double kick. Double kick, we are dealing 80 of damage for just 60 of energy, so it's quite good. And also Cibus, this is the debuffing Cibus, so, but the other one you can deal 80 of damage with just 40 of energy, so it's a difference of 40, and that's really good. But also we use the debuffing Cibus because we need to debuff Canistorm and Dirtops. They both went up into the meta with Halloween event and Vampirins, as I said before. So this guy went up as well to try to debuff them. If you don't debuff these two, you will be in trouble probably. And then we have Thimble. Thimble has a problem right now, and is because you can do a spark, and then when you're gonna do Lightning Strike, the enemy Evo is gonna be swift, and then you're gonna be wasting your energy. Yes, you can do a spark and Lightning Strike to the new Evo that is coming, but then you lost your speed boost. So, and Lightning Strike can be easily avoided with Sun Throw or Seal. So that's why it's not so good. However, now with Frosteris, Thimble could be a good option. And then in first tier we have Warthog, we have Kuberok, and we have Wampus. I think you need to have a debuffing Evo, and I think Wampus is the best right now. But every time that I'm dueling, I'm feeling that Wampus is not so good, and maybe we don't need to have an Evo that debuffs the enemies. But I feel that's the main strategy of my team, debuffing the enemy, and that should be the best option in order to build a team. But with this guy here, everything changes. So you can debuff Frosteris, and Frosteris is gonna laugh at you. So I don't know, but I still feel that these 3 Evos should be in your team. We have Kibiro here with Life. Is one of the wild Evos with the Life. I think it's very good. And then we have Crash and Earth Affinity. We can use this Evo against Frosteris with the cubic smash, because it's not a physical attack. And also, if we have the chance, we can use Earthquake and deal 90 of damage. That's very high damage against Frosteris, very good. Also, I thought it was a very good strategy to do Infestation with Wampus and get the Venom with Cibus to be dealing damage slowly against this Evo. But it's difficult to deal with this, really. So, and then we have Warthog. I have been feeling the same. Warthog looks not so good now, but I still want him here because of the Phantom. Is one of the best attacks in the game, but because it's using physical attacks as well. Phantom is not physical, but the other attacks you need to use the wrap to catch Frosteris first, and then use the Phantom. So that's not good. And also Frosteris has no physical attack, well, the last one, but then if Frosteris has done the last one, you are dead. So don't worry about catching it with that attack. And I think because everybody's using another Evos that has no physical attacks, to be able to deal with Frogsteadies. Wardrobe is gonna be using a wrap all the time. I think it's weaker now, because we need to think about what everybody's using as well. And if Twin Flash go ahead on the top, and Thimble goes ahead on top, and Water Affinity Sardis go ahead on top, what this guy is gonna do? It's gonna be the weakest of the team. So yeah, I just had that feeling. And then on the top of the tops, we have Canistorm. This guy can defeat an enemy Evo by itself with Bite. The best strategy is using Bark, and then Swift Attack, and then Bite, and then you can do Wind Sweep against barriers and fields. You need to have very high damage Evos and use 2 to be able to defeat this Evo. If you use 1, maybe you lose your speed boost, and then your Evo is not gonna be dealing so much damage, and then this guy is gonna recover a lot of life with Bite, and then you're not gonna be able to defeat it, and then you will need to use another Evo, and then it's gonna do the same. So I think the best strategy is to use, for example, Hanino, and deal all the damage that we can, and then when we don't have the speed boost, we can change the Evo and use another one with a lot of damage and then destroy it. Otherwise, this guy is gonna be defeating every of your Evos all the time. And this is very competitive Evo because it has Recovery Life, which is the main strategy, but has Bark, which is the buff, and then it has Wind Sweep. So I think it's quite good, and also has Ingenuity and Calm Mind that can help against the buff. It can help Ingenuity with the Swift Attack and Bark to make this effect longer on the time. So that's really good. And then we have the king, the new king of the meta, Frogsteadies. So yes, this guy has Polar Breeze. It's gonna give to the enemy a frozen charge, Ice Barrier to protect your Evo, and then Snow Cannon, which is dealing 80 of damage with the Ice Affinity. Is really strong. It's like a double kick from Hanino, but is giving to the enemy 2 charges, frozen charges, so it's amazing. And then the Icebreaker, which is gonna do a lot of damage, 140 damage if the enemy has 3 charges, frozen effect, isn't it? Everybody's using this guy, which means that this guy is overpowered, and it was nerfed with the Ice Barrier, which is cost more now, and now Ice Barrier is not very used, but this guy is still very strong. So this guy normally is gonna use the Snow Cannon at the beginning, and then it's gonna do Polar Breeze when you have at least 60 of energy or 70 of energy, so you have time enough to do the Icebreaker, and the enemy is gonna try to sweep the Evo to avoid the Icebreaker, but sometimes you have not time enough to take the Evo away because it came to the battle recently. So, and also everybody's using the energy potion to have the energy quicker once the enemy Evo is frozen, so you can do Ice Break quickly, suddenly, and the opponent is not gonna be able to sweep the Evo quickly because he thinks that you will not have time to get the energy, but then you got it. With Icebreaker you can kill the half of the enemy team. We don't have many Evos that can deal properly against this Evo. That's why this guy is so strong right now. I think it needs a nerf, like maybe frozen effect is not lasting so long, or maybe reducing the damage of each attack. I know we need to wait and see what is coming in chapter 2, but I think the meta is not gonna change much. I think other Evos like Thimble, Sardix with Water Affinity, and this Evo can go further up in the meta. I think we are not in a good time for the PvP because of this gentleman here, the Ice Boy, and we need to do something about this. But we will see, because we don't know the solution. I hope you like it. If you don't agree with where the Evos are placed in the tiers, just let me know in the comments below and we can talk about it. Yeah, you will have different opinions, so that's right. But I think this is how I understand the meta right now.
So, see you the next time.